What's going on, everyone? Tommy P here, back with another Naturally Obsessed look into basketball. And before we begin, I always want to preface by saying I'm not a basketball expert. I'm just a fan who's naturally obsessed, and today we're going to take a look at Game 1 between the Phoenix Suns and the Dallas Mavericks, and whether or not what occurred in Game 1 changes my prediction for the rest of the series. That was just a domination by the Phoenix Suns. A lot of people are probably going to be like, what do you mean dominate? The final score does not indicate how lopsided that game truly was. The Phoenix Suns absolutely dominated for 3 quarters, took their foot off the gas. They were trying to have their starters bring it in for the night. Couldn't get it done. Starters had to come back out and fight for the final 5 or 6 minutes. That being said, I don't anticipate that happening again. They know with Luka and the potential shooting that the Mavericks bring from the perimeter, they need to carry that consistent effort through 4 quarters. Hopefully, in the final 3 or 4 minutes, the starters can pack it in for the night, and we'll see what goes from there. But Game 1, so look, I'm kind of at a loss for words right now because I'm trying really hard not to get ahead of myself the way I did the Pelicans series. I really, truly want to give a fair, genuine, authentic outlook and analysis and prediction for this series. And I've dealt with a lot of people, Pelicans fans and now Mavericks fans, saying like, oh, Suns fans are really overlooked. Oh, you guys don't, you should, shut up. I guarantee you I watch way more film than you. Not to say I know more. Always want to remain humble by saying I don't necessarily think I know more than everyone. So please don't get that twisted. But I guarantee you I probably watch more film than you do. Just saying. Monday's Mavericks effort saw them struggle immensely to create any quality individual offense outside of Luka. That's just plain and simple. And the defensive rotations did a bad job of making the Suns feel uncomfortable. That's what it is. I said very clearly in the video that it's going to be about limiting Luka Doncic, not stopping him, because you're not going to stop him. Luka is a phenomenal talent, top 3, in my opinion, top 2 player in the NBA. But who else is there? Who else is there? One of the favorite things that I saw last night was I thought blitzing could be a potential option for the Suns again, because we saw how well it worked against Brandon Ingram in the second half of round 1. Why not go at Luka with a blitz early and see what it does? The Suns didn't blitz Luka. It was mainly one-on-one matchups of Crowder, Bridges. You saw Chris Paul on him a little bit. You saw DeAndre Ayton on him a little bit. You even saw Booker on there a little bit. Everyone was sharing that duty and responsibility. And what I love about Monty Williams' game plan in Game 1 was about, try to limit Luka, but make the priority about shutting everyone else down. The Suns have a little bit of work to go on the perimeter side of the ball, perimeter defense, because, Maxi Kleba was lighting it up from 3 early on. You saw Luka getting loose from 3. He even was hitting some wild contested ones. That's just what he does. Bravo. But the game plan going forward for the Mavericks has to be about how do we get some of these guys to hit the open looks that Luka was getting us. Because Luka was making some good passes. However, he was holding on to the ball too much, and I don't want to fault him for it. I do not want to fault him for it, because the Suns, as I just said, were doing such a phenomenal job of shutting everyone else down that Luka had to be the offense last night. He had to be the offense last night. And the thing that makes me really, really hesitant on changing my perspective in this series is this has very, very similar Denver Nugget vibes to me. It's a little too early to say that right now. So I mean no disrespect to the Mavericks when I say that. But the reason I do say that is in game one, we had a guy, Nikola Jokic. He didn't drop 45, so I want to say that right now, but he had an eerily similar style of game where he was putting up efficient numbers, impressive numbers, but he was doing it all by himself. No one was helping him out. No one. And whether people want to believe it or not that aren't Suns fans, that was not the Suns' best performance. It wasn't. There were several mistakes being made. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, the Suns dominated the Mavericks when the Mavericks were at the best. No, I've just made it perfectly clear. Luka was doing everything basically by himself last night outside of Kleba draining, I want to say it was 6 3-pointers. So Luka is doing it all by himself. The Mavericks can do a million different things better, but so can the Suns. If the Mavericks do not make quick, efficient, steady changes to the game plan, this has all the makings of a Suns in 5, in my opinion. I still have the Suns in 6 because I think Luka is going to have a couple more of those high-scoring 40-point games, and I think one of them, maybe two of them, are going to be on a night where the Suns just can't hit shots. Hell, it might be on a night where Luka's getting some help. Reggie Bullock is hitting some threes. Dorian Finney-Smith is back to shooting as well as he was in the Utah series. I'm not getting too ahead of myself, but I don't think it's out of the question to say if the Suns can put together a couple more of these type of performances in a row, looking at a 3-0 series lead, 2-1 series lead, this could. I'm not saying it will, so watch it, trolls, in my comments, but this could get ugly and out of hand quick. So it's going to be very interesting to see what adjustments Jason Kidd makes. And the other thing I want to talk about, I said it. A lot of people didn't want to hear it that aren't Suns fans, but I said it and I was right. The Mavericks have absolutely zero answer for DeAndre Ayton. That small ball shit ain't going to work. You know, I want to correct myself, though, because I always say, and I want to put it to action when I'm wrong. I said I did not think the shit that the Mavericks were doing in trying to make Rudy Gobert a perimeter defender would work against DeAndre Ayton. Well, the times they tried it, it was working. When they were bringing DeAndre Ayton out to the perimeter, they were making him pay for it. So I was wrong on that. I don't think that's going to continue, but in game one, I was wrong on that. But what I was dead right on, that going small ball shit against a guy like DeAndre Ayton, offensively, he's not Gobert. He's not Hassan Whiteside. He's going to make you pay every single time. Like, the guy was hitting amazing turnaround jump shots, dunking over people that he's 5 inches taller than, that for some reason Jason Kidd has the audacity to say, okay, that's your defensive assignment. Like, and I get it. Your options are very limited. I totally get it. Doing the best he can, and he's doing a damn good job with what he has to work with. But against this team, it's not going to be enough. When you have Jay Crowder finally hitting his threes, I talk about it all the time. Guy's very streaky. When he's cold, he's ice cold. But when he's hot, oh, look out. Look out. Jay Crowder's finally back to shooting well. Mikal Bridges had another great shooting game. Cam Johnson had another great shooting game. Cam Payne is back to being himself. This team is finally, and I told you all, it was a bad defensive matchup against the Pelicans. Everyone wants to take the very lazy, ignorant take of, oh, it's a 1 seed who struggled against an 8 seed. Bullshit. Bullshit. They have the defensive players and the defensive matchups to make it a tough series, not to mention the ultimate cheat sheet in Willie Green, who was here for 2 years, knows Monty Williams' system inside and out, knows these players inside and out. Of course he's going to make us struggle. What the hell do the Mavericks have that are going to make us struggle that much? And don't give me Luka, because this was the 10th straight win the Phoenix Suns have had against the Dallas Mavericks. And guess what? Luka Doncic has played 8 of those 10 games. 8 of those 10. DeAndre Ayton is now 9-1 in head-to-head matchups against Luka Doncic. 9-1. And some people want to say, oh, the Suns made a mistake by not drafting Luka. Luka's the better player. But DA was the better player for this team. This team. I don't want none of that ball-dominant shit on the same court with Devin Booker. We don't need Luka. We have Booker, and we have Ayton, and we have Paul. I think that's working out pretty well for us, just saying. And before we end today, I just want to say, anytime a guy has 45 points, you look at that number and you don't look at anything else particularly. You say 45 points and you say, oh my, what more does he have to do? Like, he can't do it all by himself. As I said before, Luka had some guys missing wide open shots. This reminds me a lot of when Booker was struggling, working his way through the scene. What I'm trying to say, I don't want to beat around the bush. I'm trying to find a nice way to say this. And then through mid-thought, I'm just like, there is no nice way to say it. I have never seen so many people praise a 40-point loss the way people do for Luka. And maybe it's because we can all unanimously say he's a top 5, top 3, in my opinion, top 2 player in the NBA. I am not for a second trying to discredit Luka Doncic and how great he is. I'm not. But I know you Mavericks fans are going to make it seem that way, so go ahead. But full disclosure, I am not. All I'm saying is, if you want the praise and you want the respect, go out there and earn it. How do you earn that? By winning. Winning. Devin Booker had 2 40-point losses in the playoffs. Oh, and they were in the NBA Finals. Yesterday was the first time Luka Doncic played a playoff game that was outside of round 1. First time, round 1. It was his 6th 40-point playoff game. Yeah, it's impressive. Very impressive. Yesterday's, though, you lost. Devin Booker scored 70 points in a game, a regular season game. And people made it seem like it was a damn crime to celebrate because he lost. He lost. Win some games. Then celebrate. Win. Do not come at me with the, oh my God. Yeah, I've seen it all before. Seen it all before on a horrible damn basketball team, and people did not give the man his due. Devin Booker has earned the right to be celebrated at this point. He's not as good as Luka Doncic. He's not. But he's earned what he has right now. Luka still has a bit of a ways to go. That's all I'm saying. And in Game 2, I'm looking for a lot of the same. I think they're going to continue to go one-on-one, try to make anyone else but Luka beat them, shut everyone else down. I think the Mavericks are going to try a lot on making the Suns work, making them work a lot more in the mid-range, making them work a lot more on the perimeter, and just continuing to press. They were doing a really good job on double teams on Booker yesterday, I thought, which forced them to put the ball in other people's hands, and it just happened to be a night where, as I said earlier, Cam Johnson was hitting his shots, Mikal Bridges was hitting their shots, and the Mavericks are going to lose every game that comes down like that. Every game where when Booker passes it out of a double team, players are hitting their shots. The Mavericks have zero chance, but I don't think that's going to happen every single game this series. I think that they are going to catch the Suns on a cold shooting night. And long story short, I still like the Suns in 6. I really do. But as I say with every series that I preview, I'm inclined to change my mind when things happen naturally and occur over the course of the series. You know, if I see something where if I see the same exact thing, just full disclosure, if I see the same exact thing in game 2 that I saw in game 1, I'm probably picking the Suns in 5. Straight up. Because that's going to be very concerning. I just don't anticipate that. I do think the Suns win again tomorrow. I just don't think it's going to look the way it did yesterday. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.